Thanks, Jenna. Registered dietitian Kathleen McClinton with the Winnipeg Regional Health Authority joining us this morning to talk about sodium and some of the risks, because there's many.
Thanks, Courtney, for inviting me. So I have a couple of vials here in my hand of what the average Canadian has for sodium per day. Do you want to point out which one you think it might be?
Well, I'm guessing it should be this, but it's the bigger one?
Yeah, shockingly. So the bigger vial that I'm holding in my hand right now has 3,400 milligrams of sodium. That's what the typical Canadian's consuming. What we actually should be having is that smaller vial right there, so 2,300 milligrams. So essentially we're having about 50% more sodium than we should be on a daily basis.
Okay, and what is all that extra sodium doing to us, or potentially could do to us?
Yeah, really good question. So what we know about lowering the amount of salt in our diet is going to absolutely lower our blood pressure. Lowering our blood pressure is going to reduce our risk of strokes, kidney disease, and also cardiovascular diseases as well.
Okay, so it's important, and there are easy changes. Quite often you're just not even aware of what you're eating, the content.
Totally.
Okay,
and so here's the really good news. Okay, only about 10% of what we're adding to foods and cooking with at home is what's contributing. 75%, our big bang for our buck, is actually coming from the processed foods we're eating, the canned foods, and the restaurant foods, and also those condiments we're using at home.
Okay, we have a few examples here. So this is your average fast food pickup in the morning in a hurry.
Absolutely. So I'm sure a lot of people are watching this right now on their way to work, maybe skip breakfast to watch this segment and might be picking this up. So your typical breakfast sandwich, this has a bit of ham and some egg in it, ultimately is about 910 milligrams of sodium. So half your day, and it's only breakfast time.
Okay, but then you created an option that's significantly better.
Absolutely. So this option I made at home. I just bought ingredients at the grocery store, a whole wheat English muffin, same ham, some salt, a little bit of egg, okay, and in this case what we're basically looking at is 3,100 milligrams. So we've cut that into a third just by making it at home, and it's just as tasty, and it's actually going to be less expensive.
311 milligrams.
Yeah.
Okay, and then this one, even better yet.
Better yet, so I know we say about cutting down the salt and reducing what we're eating, but actually adding more fruits and vegetables to our diet is really helpful for reducing blood pressure as well. So in this case, we've done that same English muffin with some peanut butter and banana on it. And in this case, a little less sodium, lots of calcium, magnesium, potassium, really heart-healthy things to reduce blood pressure.
Just as quick and easy. You can whip that up in a minute in the kitchen.
And delicious, yeah.
Okay, now this is very surprising to a lot of people. This is your average kind of pita wrap you'd pick up out for lunch.
Yeah, okay, so it's obviously cabin season right now. People are going to their cottages, picking things up quick. So this is your typical restaurant bought pita in here, and this is Black Forest ham with some salt in it. 2,100 milligrams of salt.
And you're saying a lot of that's coming from the ham?
Ham, the condiments, and a bit of the cheese. Really shocking. So you've blown your budget for salt already just by having this.
It's just the sandwich, and that's definitely not everything you're going to eat for the day.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so you created a healthy option that looks just as great.
Yeah, so here's a better option. So in this case, what we're basically doing is making it from home. We've taken that whole wheat pita, we're putting a lot of veggies on there. So this is actually a red chili Thai wrap from cookspiration.com. The Dietitians of Canada website's also an app for your phone to get different recipes, so throwing a lot of veggies in there, okay, far less in this case, so 500 milligrams of sodium, so a way better option for you to have for a lunch or a dinner.
So if you can skip the deli meat and go with a meat that you're cooking and creating yourself, that's a little less processed.
Less deli meat, less processed, always is going to contain less sodium.
Okay, and then over here, these are kind of snacks that you've outlined are good to go along with any of these things, or just throughout the day. They're kind of safe items.
Absolutely. So pick maybe half of that pita, do a side salad with that and a yogurt, and you're really cutting down on the sodium and adding a lot of other vitamins and minerals that are heart healthful.
Awesome. Well, tons of great ideas, simple changes to cut out the sodium in your life, or at least cut back as much as you can. Cookspiration is the website.
Correct.
We'll put the link up, breakfasttelevision.ca, so you can pick up some of those heart-healthy recipes. More BT coming up. Stay with us.